So, at the top right position as the red Terran, we do have Cryoc. And at the top left as the white Zerg, we will have Kingfish. Now, I actually haven't seen 2-port Wraith in quite a while, I think, so I don't know, it's pretty cool. I actually remember the ISL1 scanned basically like 2-port Wraith 4 out of 5 games or something and won the series like that. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, Scan is a player who can make most things work, right? So.
Yep. That is very true.
I mean, in the past we had a few players like that. I remember one player that always struck me like, I don't understand what he's doing, but always works, was Elrem Mist with 3 Zs.
Yeah.
And he would do things like scouts in PvZ. Or even in PvP he actually made scouts, and it works. And you think that shouldn't work, but I don't know.
Dude, scouts always works, alright? Scouts are the answer to everything.
Well, scouting, yeah, but scouts?
Well, I mean, what unit are you supposed to scout with, huh? If not the scout. I mean, it's in the name. Why would you scout with any other unit?
If you have to actually wait until you get a scout to know where even your opponent is, that might be tricky. I mean, not impossible, but tricky.
It's all the names, right? See, so the probe goes to the opponent's base to probe what's going on. You gotta probe the defenses, and then the scout comes in to actually scout what they're doing.
And the vulture comes into vulture?
The vulture comes in to be an OP piece of thing that is just completely imbalanced. And
I was hoping that you would say that it's a little bit of an asshole, but okay. No, I get it. So we do have, again, the double barracks.
We do, indeed. And again, it's slightly hidden. It's on the high ground here. Which is very interesting. He's choosing not to do the very easy wall-in, and instead go for the 2 barracks. No, you can also, if you don't want to wall in between your main and natural, you can do a very easy 2 depots and barracks type wall at the natural. But choosing to do neither of those things. Now we did see an overpull expand, I believe, and we are going to see 6 Zerglings. Yeah, we're going to see 6 Zerglings.
Yeah, and at the same time, one of the SCVs is actually going to see the links, and it's good that it survives because it really wants to have that small trail of map to see how many Zerglings are coming from the back.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Running away does, for some reason, provide a bit of extra trailing vision. Oh, looks like he didn't actually micro it to survive though, he just sort of right-clicked it back to his minerals, but he does have 4 Marines. He's got to be a little bit careful. The Lings, if they close, will actually take out these Marines. Oh no, but not if they do that though. But now Julian knows exactly what's going on. He knows it's 2 rats.
Yeah. And the hatchery is finishing right now, so we can put the sunken right away. And the drone is about there, so I'd expect that... No, the drone is actually going to mining, which... Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, he... Oh, because he doesn't have the money. He built the... He saved the money to build the hatchery at the back, actually. And I guess he's just going to rely on building Zerglings instead. He actually counters with a few of the Zerglings after the initial Marine Force moves out to try and kill something. He's actually seeing the command center trying to get the SCV. The SCV very lucky in the build movements here and actually swinging to the other side from where the Zerglings were. So a bit of RNG favoring Cryoc there, but he's going to lose, it's like a couple of SCVs here in his mineral line. No, just 1 SCV getting taken down.
Actually,
oh, killing that Overlord. Oh,
that's pretty big.
That is huge. That is very nice.
Whoa, that's supply blocks. That's bad.
Yep. Nice early pickup there by Cryoc. Definitely helped by the fact that he had all those extra Marines, and his natural expansion is going to finish up here. It's going to get spotted by this Overlord, but Cryoc, yeah, in a pretty good position. He held off the early Ling attack. Remember, Julia did go pool first instead of 12 hatch, so already, you know, a couple drones behind there, and then losing the first Overlord could have put him even further behind. So, good stuff from Cryoc. It's really interesting that he's gone for double barracks both times. I don't know if he just expects Maybe just from practice, he knows that Julia tends to go for pool first, so he feels like he needs to go for 2 racks.
Oh, another Overlord?
No way.
No.
If he had Scat, he could get that, but he's not gonna have that for a while, I guess. Well, not too much longer, actually. The Academy's about to finish. I'm not sure if it'd be worth it to actually use the Scan to kill that, though. I don't think it would be.
I mean, when he supply blocked Julia, if he could do something crazy like lift a barracks and maybe get another kill, that would be really good. But he gets scans. I'm not really sure that that's that big of a deal. Like, if the Zerg is trying to play really, really good timing with being and you just supply block them before they make a few mutas, then of course. But yeah, that's hard to tell.
You know what he should do? He should lift the command center to get vision. I think that's the solution.
Instead of building the comsat, he should just lift.
Exactly. Just lift it, float it over there, kill it, put it back. See, easy peasy, job done. And he doesn't have to waste comsat energy.
No, you know what he should do? He should finish the comsat and then lift because the comsat still builds energy.
Oh, snap. Maximum efficiency. Dude, you're a genius. Dude, that is exactly what he should have done. Or he can just attack across the map and force some Sunkens, which is also pretty good. Forcing 4 Sunkens out of the Zerg player, which is should be more than enough.
Lose some SCVs in the meantime.
Oh, whoa, nice. Nice counterattack. I didn't even see where the Zerglings came from. Very nice stuff. Stopping the barracks construction. A scan went down somewhere. I didn't see actually where it was placed, but presumably checking the front. Yeah. So just gonna see what he's up against. Gonna see a million Sunkens. Actually, there are 4 medics here, so he does actually need this 5th Sunken to be completely safe. The general number is 1 medic per Sunken if you want to go for a bust.
But that's only true when you have like not a really big number of Marines. Once the amount of Marines gets really out of control, then it completely goes out the window. And at this point, it's still okay. Like, it still counts. But if Cryoc would be to not lose more SCVs in the main and send more reinforcements, at some point, it doesn't matter how many Sunkens you have because they're just going to be overkilling the same Marines. They're not going to be hitting the Marines that they need to. And they're going to be dying extremely fast to Stim Marines.
Yep, that is true, but the mutas have popped for Julia, so he's now going to be the one that's on the offensive. It's like a couple turrets at the natural here, turret in the main. Might want to build like a depot or a turret or something behind the mineral line here just to give himself some vision on the high ground, or else the muta's going to be quite annoying. Now he's going to send a handful of Marines up here to provide that vision. And here we go. Muta's coming in, let's see how much they can do. It's like not too much, just gonna test the waters.
Yeah, and Quizless is going to be finished relatively soon. Lurker aspect is being researched, so Julia actually playing this quite well. Nothing really crazy going on for him. No mistakes. He did kill a few SCVs before, so far so good.
Yep, and Queen's Nest and Lurker research on the way. Pretty much same timing as the last game. His drone to make that 3rd base is going out. I mean, technically it's a 4th base here because he got that free mineral only, but it is the 3rd gas base, and gas really is the limiting factor in the Zerg economy in this matchup. So, well, in pretty much all matchups, I guess. So, yeah. Gonna go take that base now. Oh, looks like the drone actually is gonna go for the main. Yeah, he's gonna go for the main. Of course, it doesn't make as big a difference on Medusa because you don't have like a nice ramp that you can block with 2 lurkers anyway. So the defense, the defensive advantage of taking the main versus the natural is pretty much nothing, besides gaining a bit of distance.
Yeah, and maybe the concave might be a little bit different, but it's still relatively the same.
Yep.
Now, I have to say though that although Cryoc is not taking so far severe damage, he isn't even
Oh my god, he's going for the big counterattack here. It looks like Julia, though, does see this coming. He's making additional Sunkens. He's got 1 Hydra here, but it's not a Lurker yet. The Mutas, where are the Mutas? The Mutas are in between the bases. Now, they do have a very short path back. If the Terran decides to break this, I don't think it's a good idea. Yeah, the Lurkers are finished now as well. It looks like he's just posturing at the front, but I don't really know what this accomplishes if he can't actually go for anything.
I mean, yeah?
He's looking for the extra base. Look at that. Look at that. Julia built it at the mineral only. He's not going to have a 3rd gas. I don't know how he knew that these Marines were coming, but he actually... Oh, and it's going to get spotted anyway. That's so interesting. That's actually really bad for Julia. He's not going to have a third gas.
Well, yeah, I mean, he can just cancel and build it somewhere else, but that's time that Julia probably doesn't want to have to waste.
It's just so much... It's just... the third gas mining is crucial to getting the hive tech going, right? Because all the hive tech units are really expensive, and he's going for the Greater Spire yet again here. So he's going to give it the Defilers and the Guardians, and you know, if he still wants to have a ground force of Lurker Ling, that's going to be so much gas, and you know, he's only got the 2 gas bases. That's my concern here, is how is he going to afford all that?
I mean, if he buys time with Guardians for long enough, then it won't really matter. But yeah, I agree that definitely this is not maybe what Julian wants to be doing. But it's still into the map, so if anything goes wrong, Julia can still go to Heartbreak Ridge. So, you know, I mean, what I'm trying to say is that in this map it's difficult to take another gas. So Julia might be trying to play the same style and just basically win based on the fact that he might understand where Cryoc wants to be with his army. But if it fails, then he can always get to Heartbreak Ridge, and it's not really that bad of a deal.
Oh, we're gonna have some Marines sniped here. Intercepted by the Mutas. No, it looks like they actually turned the tables, and the Mutas are the ones running away. +1 attack upgrade actually done for these Marines, so they're doing a real good job tearing down these Mutilas. Oh my god, they might actually get them all. The medics are not in range, but it doesn't even matter. Whether there are like 3 Marines and a medic just lost behind these temples, they've encountered the pathing bug. That might actually be the first time we've seen the pathing bug in the preliminaries, believe it or not. Even though it's a common issue at lower ranks, I guess most players at this level are used to that. But it's interesting. Also interesting is we're having the ranged attack upgrade being upgraded by Julia here. That's not something you see that often in ZVT, because, you know, I mean, the hive tech is going to be primarily focused on the Ultra Ling. Yeah, it's nice to get on your lurkers, but it's really not necessary. They do plenty of damage with all those splash damage spikes.
I'm trying to think what actually, because Cryoc is trying to basically contain 2 areas, but I mean, with Swarm finished, hard.
There is the Dark Swarm right on top of the siege tanks, and those are going to get forfeit there. Cryoc not even bothering to unsiege. He knows those are dead, but he is taking his back winner only, and this base actually is probably the most useful for Terran in this matchup, because the extra minerals actually do boost, you know, your marine production by a lot. I mean, when you're going for medic marine, you actually don't care about gas that much, especially if you're not going for like a double port vessel. He's just gonna have 1 starport, 1 factory building tanks, and otherwise, no, he's actually adding another factory now, but potentially just for some vultures. Yeah, you can see he's getting the vulture upgrades now, and medic marine are just mainly minerals. Although he's actually getting some fire bats as well, interestingly.
I mean, the problem that I have for Cryoc right now is that he doesn't seem to have a clear idea of what he wants to do to break Julia. Usually, when turns go to the situation, if you can't be constantly everywhere, you would start to do things like, for example, dropping some Marines, so that basically the army from the Zerg has to run from one place to another. But Cryoc is basically staying on the middle and not really doing any headway. And at this point, when the Zerg actually has hive tech, if you don't do any damage, if you just let them build whatever they want, you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit scared for Cryoc.
Yeah, I mean, he's even doing the mech switch early with Plague. Oh, Plague! And running into lurkers, baited into the lurkers, wall plague, and the lings. Even gonna clean up a couple more Marines. Really nice catch there by Julia. But yeah, I don't see how Cryoc can afford all these extra factories as well with just the 2 guys. He has the extra command center, but I have no idea where this is planning to flow. I mean, I guess to the bottom right base here, he's got some amount of map control now with the spider mines out, and Julia finally getting his 3rd gas here.
And
actually,
a drop from Julia actually going to the main.
Oh man, the drop going in. It's funny
with
though,
a
because
defiler.
I thought Julia would be further ahead, but actually I forgot that he didn't have the 3rd gas for a while. So so Cryoc is not in the worst position. There is the drop all over the main base. Could actually get both of these armories with the upgrades just starting here. That could be quite effective in delaying the mech unit upgrades. And yep, he is going to go for those armories straight away. He knows how valuable those are. Meanwhile, Lurker also attacking SCVs. SCVs attacking the Lurker at the middle. Only the Lurker going to get 14 kills before getting killed by the SCVs. But where is the army? Why is nothing coming back for these depots? Cryoc, what are you doing?
Oh.
And an immediate GG.
Oh.
And the facepalm. Wait. Gotta show the facepalm. Okay.
Oh. I gotta say, though, that even as bad as that was, actually Cryoc got lucky. And let me tell you why. There was actually a defiler in that drop, and it didn't unload before the overload managed to drop.
Oh.
The overload actually died. If the defiler lands and it swarms, then there's nothing you can do. You're gonna lose all that infrastructure, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
Oh.
To be fair, I believe Bakri mentioned earlier that Cryoc was actually playing from a laptop here. He wasn't actually at home.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair, but the main problem is that unfortunately for Cryoc, this is still for seeding for him, so that's not that bad. So, okay.
All right. Well, moving on then to our next game. Looks like we're going to be watching Castro yet again. This time he'll be facing Nemu555. I believe that's a Bulgarian player. I can't remember the race though.
Wait, what? Elram Nemu?
Might be.
The hell?
What? Wait, why is that such a surprise?
Well, it's a surprise because I haven't seen him for, I don't know, 5 years? If it's him, I mean, I think it's him, but...
It's probably him. Anyway, let's just go into the game. We can find out.
Alright.
You can ask a past replay version of Nemu if he's actually the real Nemu. Alright, hey, it is!